The anemone. Yo. Wait. You lied about knowing Art Jansen. We found court records that say he filed a lawsuit against you.
The mind is a difficult thing to grasp. Can you say for sure who and what you know? There's no point lying to us anymore. No point? Then I'll be blunt. I had forgotten him. It was not my first day in court. I weather these storms the only way I know how. I rise above them. Violent waves do not disturb the flight of birds.
Except you didn't rise above it. Ray just made the problem go away.
And I'm sad it came to that. I liked Crafts. He had such a strong distaste for life. I found it enviable.
Crafts? You said you like crafts. What did you mean?
A certain style. Monica's the name. After all, what are labels between friends?
What?
Label. Style. Monica. Moniker? Honor, I get it. Crafts is a nickname. Very good. Maybe you'll solve this after all.
Oh, I get it. Arts and crafts.
He was a talented props master. If it didn't exist, he could make it. That's a kind of magic, don't you think?
I'm gonna have one more look through that Rolodex. But you said Art Jansen isn't in there. Maybe not under that name, but if I look under C... Aha! There is a card for crafts, and it has a telephone number. I hope it's still in use. Hi, is that Art Jansen? I'm calling about Aaron Kino. Oh, wait, don't hang up. I'm a detective, and I need your help. Well, he took a little convincing, but once he heard I'm building a case against Aaron, he was happy to help.
So, what did he say?
After filming Wrapped on the Elm of Scotswood, a bunch of props went missing. They blamed Art at first. It nearly ended his career. But then he caught Aaron leaving the set with a box full of stuff. He couldn't believe it. She was just going to let him take the blame.
That would explain the lawsuit. Props used in filming can fetch a high price on the black market.
Black market. Except they were never sold. Ray paid Art to withdraw the case, and no one ever found out what Aaron did with those missing props. Which, by the way, included 200 clay skulls.
Clay skulls? Like the ones we found?
Exactly, which means we have a direct link between Aaron Kino and those diamonds.
Let's go tell Detective Cross.
Good news, we managed to contact Art Jansen. Remember those clay skulls? Aaron stole them.
Which means she almost certainly knew what they were being used for.
Speaking of which, I just got off the radio with headquarters. They found the buyer for those diamonds. You said they found the buyer for the diamonds? Yes, literally just a second ago. Remember that GPS you found? You thought it might have been Mal's escape route. Yeah, I guess we were wrong about that. Well, I asked headquarters to check out those coordinates anyway. They found a boat waiting there. Coast Guard had to chase them halfway around Santa Catalina, but they caught them eventually. Turns out the captain had a warrant out for their arrest.
Let me guess, smuggling.
Exactly, and get this, they were the ones transmitting that coded radio signal.
So they were trying to make contact with the enemy.
Seems like this whole damn boat party was just a cover-up for a diamond deal. Let's go find Erin. She can't talk her way out of this one. Well, don't challenge her.
Hello, Honor. Have we arrived at the climax of your story? You're wearing an expression of certainty.
And you're certainly about to be wearing a pair of handcuffs.
Have you cracked the case at last? I would very much like to hear your conclusion.
You're smuggling diamonds using the clay skulls you stole from Art Jansen.
A fascinating theory, but I know nothing about diamonds. Who would I sell them to?
Black market smugglers. The Coast Guard found them right where the enemy's GPS indicated. You organized this whole boat party just to have a reason to head out there.
But there were many people at the party, and any one of them could have arranged to meet these smugglers.
No, they were transmitting a code word that only you would recognize as important. Elm.
Part of the title of one of your films, which we found a copy of right here on the boat.
And when we examined that film, we found... Wow. That was a slip of the tongue. We found Art Jansen's name circled. The same Art Jansen who you stole the skulls from. It's all connected.
How convenient. You've done very well, but there's still one more question, Honor. Why? Look around you. I have more money than I need. Why would I smuggle diamonds?
A cat can have a comfortable home and all the food it could ever want, but it would still hunt birds.
Exquisite! I was beginning to think we would never understand each other.
I don't understand.
The domestic cat does not need to kill, yet it does. It is simply in its nature.
Aaron, don't say another word. Give it up, Ray. It's over. Give up? I haven't even started yet. Aaron Kino, you're under arrest.
Thank you, Detective.
This is false arrest. I'll have you hung out to dry for this. You're all talk, Kino. She's going away for good this time.
I am 1,000 frayed threads finally bound, yet I feel a great release.
You're gonna be released, all right. I'm gonna fight these charges, and we're gonna win, just like always. Whatever you say. Come with me, Aaron.
As Aaron Kino's legal representative, I demand to know the charges. Do you hear me? What happened to due process?
Meanwhile, still on the anemone. Okay, to the precinct, I guess. How's the prisoner? In a cell for now. Weird thing is, she almost seemed happy.
I know what you mean. It was almost like she wanted to get arrested. Perhaps she's doing research for her next script.
It won't do her much good if Ray gets the charges dismissed. After she confessed? Not likely, but I guarantee he'll find a way to get the sentence reduced. She'll be out in a year or two.
Almost makes you wonder if it was worth all the effort.
This is what it's like to be a real detective. Even when you win, sometimes you still lose. But don't be too hard on yourself. This will be the first time anyone's ever got a charge to actually stick with a Kino.
Thanks, but we're not done yet. What about Lori and Mal? We still don't know what happened to them.
Agreed. We've got a lot of loose ends to tie up. Jeez, can you believe we originally went out there for information on Frank Pritchell?
Now that the diamond smuggling is sorted, we can get back to it. Is Ray still around? I might try asking a few more questions.
Rather you than me.
What do you want? We still have a few loose ends, and I want answers. Did you really think you and Aaron would get away with smuggling diamonds? Nothing has been proven in a court of law. I can almost understand Erin's motivation. She does things just to see what it's like. But you went along with it all. I'll do whatever I have to do. Erin isn't like you or me. She needs guidance. She needs to be protected. If Lori Becker was mixed up in all this, you might as well tell us now, because we will find out. I honestly have no idea what happened to her. You seem pretty angry that Erin was arrested, but how far would you go to defend her? What are you getting at? You told Mal to stay away from the hold, presumably because you knew it was full of illegal cargo, but then he found out anyway. Did you attack Mal Cruz because he knew too much? I object. That's a leading question. There's nothing to support that claim. What about Mal? How about Mal himself? As soon as he's able to talk, we'll know exactly what happened. It's no good. I can't get anything useful out of Ray. He's denying everything.
Maybe not for long. An officer from Port Authority was just here. They found the missing lifeboat, and there was something inside. But we can't identify it, so Scout has to be the one to look at it.
Is that all we can figure out right now? How far can the 10 extend? That's 10, 1, okay. So I guess it's literally what I have filled in right now. How are we doing elsewhere on the puzzle? 6, 1, 2, 1, can slide by 2.
I guess there's no indication as to what surrounds this one right here, or this candidate. Well, the one will fit over here for the row. Not sure where yet, though. How are we doing on, we need to do something there. Oop. Didn't do that. There we go. Oop. I actually don't know that yet. Probably is actually filled in because, yeah. Wait, actually that does work. Never mind. And we're done. It's a gun, maybe. Yeah, it's a pistol. A weapon. You okay, Scout?
You might need a minute to... No, I am fine. Please continue.
This must be the gun that killed Lori. Can you tell anything important from it, Detective? A little. I could be wrong, but I think this is a custom model. Looks like it's been modified. Can't Scout tell for sure? I would have thought he'd know all about weapons since he...
Detective? There's no need to pretend anymore, Honor. It's clear you told Detective Cross what I remembered. I felt like he had a right to know. I'm sorry if... No need to apologize. It was a logical decision. To answer your question, Detective, I only have limited knowledge of firearms, but I can detect several unusual machining marks? Machining marks? I'm actually not sure how to pronounce that word. I believe this gun was modified for left-handed operation.
That ought to narrow things down. Give me a second. I'll go get Ray.
Ray, are you left-handed? Is this your idea of a joke?
Just answer the question.
Yes, I'm left-handed. What does that have to do with anything?
Everything. Ray Kino, you're under arrest for the murder of Lori Becker.
Have you lost your mind? I didn't kill anyone.
Say her for the jury. There's only one person in the world who's left-handed, and it's Ray Kino.
So Aaron was smuggling diamonds, Ray attacked Mal when he found out, and then he killed Lori when she found Mal. All that just to protect his sister. Family is important, as are friends. I'm sorry I told Cross. I just thought that I would not find out. I know I shouldn't have told anyone without your permission, but it didn't seem fair to keep him in the dark. You think I am dangerous? I found someone who can help. They're waiting to meet you if you want. I want things to go back to the way they were. Me too.
Ray's locked up tight. Never met a lawyer who deserved it more. What? I interrupt something?
We're heading back to my apartment.
You sure you don't want to help me with the paperwork? That's when the fun really begins.
Sorry, Detective. I promised I'd help Scout, and I intend to keep that promise.
Fair enough. Thanks for your help today, both of you. I mean it.
Let me know if you hear anything from the hospital about Mal.
Will do. And Scout, good luck.
Hey, Ray! Okay, bye. Can't you just tell me who we're meeting? Didn't
anyone ever teach you to be patient?
I don't believe that is in my programming. I will add it to my list of requested features for version 2.0.
2.0?
We didn't even make it to version 1.0.
Scout, this is Jenna.
I know your face. You do? That's amazing. Your long-term memory must have self-repaired. Do you remember how you know me?
I doubt it. He has trouble making connections between images and data. You should have seen what he thought were my car keys.
You worked at the place where I was built. Seems like he's making connections just fine to me. Not a connection, an educated guess. I remember your face, but the associated data is corrupted. Therefore, I know you from a time before I wiped my memory. All my recovered memories from that time have involved the place where I was built, so you must also be from there. Full self-awareness, logical extrapolation. Your entire personality matrix is still intact. Impressive. Especially considering the condition I was left in. You were never supposed to end up on a scrap heap, Scout. Then what happened? I need to get that missing data. Give me a second to get set up.
She walks backwards.
What data? What is she doing?
Jenna has a plan. She can write a modification to disable the black box routines they placed in you.
You set all this up without asking me?
I couldn't risk mentioning it earlier. We had to be sure it was even possible.
I thought we told each other everything. Okay, I'm gonna hook into Scout's neural net to get some diagnostic data. Is it safe to move around? Sure, just let me know if you feel anything unusual. You know, latency spikes, neural pathway errors, melted circuits.
Do latency spikes also include the ones on the choker over your neck? Asking for a friend.
Jenna, I have some questions.
Ask away. Just try not to hover too close to the TV. It screws up my connection.
What will the modification do?
It's a patch to block or reroute your weapon subroutines. If it works, they'll be completely disabled. You wouldn't be able to use them even if you wanted to.
And if it doesn't work?
One thing at a time, Scout.
Can you tell me more about where I was created? We were designed and built at the SSI labs not far from here. It was a purpose-built facility for research and development, and the Scout project was the crown jewel. Are the labs still there?
I don't know. Probably not. They sold pretty much everything when SSI shut down.
The Scout project?
Scout. Self-contained, operating... I forget the rest. It's one of Tom's little jokes. I swear, it stood for something different every week.
Who is Tom?
Tom Schmidt, your hardware engineer. He would have been proud to see how you turned out if...
I have an important question. One I have wanted an answer to for some time. Why did you build me?
The goal was to create a robot that could operate in places too dangerous for humans. Radiation, extreme heat, flooding.
So I can swim?
Tested to a depth of 3,000 feet. I wanted you to be able to find and help people. That's why I took the job. Ugh. Just slipping out of my chair again. Hang on. So what changed? You're too much of a success. Your ability was to not only assess situations, but also to reason and adapt to changes. Once they saw what Scout could do, SSI wanted the project to refocus on military applications, for deployment into combat zones. There's no money in saving lives, but there's a lot of money in taking them. Exactly. I fought it every step of the way, but it was no use. They set up a defensive systems research division and gave them complete access to the project. One morning I came into the lab and Scout wasn't where I left him. I ran a memory check and someone had added new code that I couldn't access. After that, it started happening more regularly. Tom and I didn't know what they were doing, but we could guess. When I woke up, all my memory banks were corrupt. At first I thought they had just been damaged, but then I started remembering things about the lab, about you. I remembered the truth. I deleted those memories, and now I know I know what I did. I don't really want to talk about it. I don't want to hurt people, Jenna. Not again. If this modification works, you won't be able to. Now, can we change the subject? Okay, I've got the data. Now I just need to write the patch. How long will it take? Hard to say. I've never had access to this part of his code before. Zoom. Hi, Detective. What's up? What? Okay, we'll be right there. What's wrong? It's Mal. He's dead. But he was in the hospital. He was getting better. I don't understand either. Cross is waiting downtown to fill us in on the details. What about my software patch? Can I go? Sure, I'll just sit here on my own. That's cool. Don't worry about me. Would you prefer if I stayed to keep you company? What? No, I was being serious. I work better without distractions. But can you grab me a bag of chips while you're out? I'm starving. Oh boy. I came as quick as I could. Is Mal really... Has he been strangled by that guy who was totally objectively evil? Yeah, someone got to him. The hospital hasn't released an official statement yet, but I saw it for myself. Mal is dead.
How was he killed?
Smothered to death with a pillow. Simple but effective.
And quiet.
Medical examiner says it happened within the last hour.
The prime suspect has got to be whoever attacked him in the first place, but I thought that was Ray.
Me too, but he's still locked in a cell. Either he's learned how to teleport, or we've got a problem.
Find any evidence in the room?
Nothing. The place was totally clean. This was a professional job.
Our biggest witness is dead and we've got nothing?
Not quite. I pulled the CCTV.
How'd you get the CCTV so fast?
It's a brand new system, all digital. Only got installed a week ago. There's a good chance the killer had no idea.
A digital recording? I could scan through it.
That's what I was counting on. Here, it's on this disc.
I wish it wasn't this song playing because it's not a very upbeat one.
.38. That should be able to slide over decently. Slide by 4. Too much. There we go. Nope, not that one. This one. Oh, and I should probably also do this one. There we go. This one could probably slide by at least a couple. I think that works? Slides by 5? Yeah. Yeah, that looks right. Okay, thanks for telling me that, Picross. Appreciate that. Go. There we go. Got it. Oh, hang on. Whoa. What did I do? Oh, okay. That's that. Got it. I goofed it. Alright, uh-oh. No, I did goof something. Hang on. Okay, that's better. Did I goof anything else up during this? God, I hope not. No, I'm still seeing grays in a lot of places, so I think I'm still good. Let's do that. Close that off. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay. Okay, we're good. Wow, 2 mess-ups in the same puzzle. But it was still able to be, you know, solved. And we're screwed over again. What happened? Uh-oh. We're snowed in again! I'm gonna assume this is gonna be the case, but now I'm gonna need to figure out where the 1 would go over here. What if... just slide that over a little bit. Now I'm just missing a 1 in here somewhere. Might be here. No, I'm missing a 2. A 2 and a 1, rather. Where could it be? That works out. I don't know how I got the, how I got it mixed up before. Either way, I think it's fine now. Maybe I jumped the gun somewhere and I just wasn't paying attention. There we go. Well, we salvaged it. Look, the camera picked up a camera.
Digital footage downloaded. Scanning frames.
Focus on the footage from about an hour ago. Look for anything unusual. Suspicious figures.
I have something. It's Clyde.
Wow, the objectively evil guy actually ended up being evil. Muscleman, that meathead? Are you sure?
The footage is conclusive. White male, prominent facial scar, wearing a white uniform with a cap, left-handed.
Left-handed?
Left-handed, but that means...
The pistol was his all along. He shot Lori.
All this time I thought he was just some charter captain.
How could you not have figured out that he looked objectively evil? For good reason. Ray told us he hired Clyde from an agency, but either he was lying or he really had no idea.
I think it's time we find out which.
Afternoon, Ray. How's your cell? By the way, the music's done.
Are you here for a reason or just to make wisecracks?
What can you tell me about Clyde Musselman?
The charter captain? I'd almost forgotten about him. I don't know any more than what I already said. Mal called in sick, and the agency sent Clyde as a replacement. Except Mal was locked in the cargo hold. How could he have called in sick? Well, I didn't receive the call myself, but that's what Clyde told me when he arrived. What difference does it make?
More than you realize, Clyde was lying to you.
Shouldn't you be asking Mal about this? Surely he's awake by now.
He's not going to wake up, Ray. He's dead. Oops. And we're done. Mal Cruz is dead. He was murdered in his hospital bed.
I'm sorry to hear that. I've known Mal for a long time.
With your help, we can bring his killer to justice.
Look around. Is this your idea of justice?
Can you give us the details of the hire company you used?
You hijack my yacht, arrest my sister, accuse me of murder, and then you ask me for help? You're out of your mind. Why should I trust you?
You're still on the hook for Lori's murder. If you want to get out of here, you should be working with us, not against us.
It'll take more than a few sweet words to get me to trust you and that bullhound of a detective.
What if I said we got a lead that could prove your innocence? We just need your help to confirm it.
I'll believe it when I see it.
So, closed circuit television.
We have CCTV footage of Clyde leaving the hospital where Mal was killed.
Caught him red-handed, huh?
Left-handed, actually.
If he murdered Mal, there's a good chance he killed Lori too.
I told you I didn't kill anyone. You've been so focused on your vendetta against us that you ran headfirst towards prosecution with no thought for due process.
I don't have a vendetta against you or your sister, Ray. All I care about is finding the truth. If we can tie Lori's murder to Clyde, you'll be free to go. How am I supposed to help even if I wanted to? Maybe you've forgotten, but Detective Cross has me locked in a cell. Right now, we got no way to track Clyde down. We need to know who he really is. Can you think of anything that might help? He was waiting on the boat when we arrived this morning. Of course, I noticed that tattoo right away. That's right, he told us he was in the military, served in Vietnam. Scout, do you think you could look up his service record? It's possible, but I would need more search parameters. Come on, Ray, you're a lawyer. You're supposed to be good at finding little inconsistencies. Now you mention it, there was something a little strange. When he introduced himself, he said his name was Hyde. He corrected himself right away, so at the time I thought nothing of it. But now I get the feeling he made up a new name on the spot. You think Clyde is really called Hyde? Not exactly an inventive false name, but it's worth a shot. This may be enough information. I can access military records through the police computer. Give me a moment to establish a data link. The military? But they have the tightest security in the country. They've never gone up against me before. This one. God! Held the button for too long. I'm almost disappointed by military security. I found an administrator account with the password password123. Right, what kind of idiot would have that as their password? Searching for visual matches with the tattoo on Hyde's arm. It seems to be the insignia of the 5th Marine Regiment. Narrowing search by name, known physical characteristics, and service record. One record found, Corporal Hyde Musselman. So that really was it. Wow, that statement was very confusing. So that really was his real name. Hyde fought at several key battles in Vietnam and remained a member of the 5th Marines until he was dishonorably discharged in 1977. They kicked him out. What for? Misconduct under Article 90 of the UCMJ, assaulting or willfully disobeying a superior officer. But there's something else here you may find more interesting. Hyde was suspected of killing a staff sergeant in a friendly fire incident in 1968. It was a solid case against him, but a key piece of evidence was lost. A bullet casing. You mean all this time we've been holding on to evidence from a 30-year-old murder? Sometimes the solution to a puzzle relies on one missing piece of information. Without it, progress is impossible. Like Pacross! Are there any records about what he did after he left the Marines? We still need a way to track him down. The police kept a close watch on him for several years after he was discharged. He drifted between jobs and the records gradually became less detailed. The last entry is from 1991. It simply says, now employed by SSI.